All right, what's going on YouTube? Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to execute a clean waivers haircut, do a nice clean low ball bursted taper and keep the beard as wide as possible, super sharp. So just take this journey with me. I'm gonna just start this haircut off now by just combing this client's hair. As you guys can tell, he got waves. I'm pretty sure he wear a do-rag. He tied this down. So with that being said, you gotta go in and comb this hair and lift this hair so your guards can pass through the hair. I wanna go in, announcing and seeing that this client has a crown. A lot of this hair comes this area. I normally cut him with a 1.5. So I'm gonna go completely open and I'm gonna go with this wave pattern and bring everything down at this angle. As you guys can tell, he got 540s in the back. So that'll be real precautious in terms of how I decide to trim this hair down and get it down to that one desired length without destroying the pattern or killing the crown. We got majority of that down. I'm gonna bring it this way. As you guys can tell, now the waves are really starting to come out and just clean passes all the way through, not skipping my way. This is coarse hair. So this hair is really coiled and curled together, meaning every pass got to be consistent. Sometimes you might have to pass it more than once just to ensure that you're getting clean passes in a client's hair like this. You just want to make sure that that one desired length is going to be really, really consistent for you. And as you guys can tell, I'll close it up the closer I get to the side of the head because this all gonna be tapered anyway. So I'm gonna just close my clipper up some. And as you guys can tell, we got that down to one desired length. I still got a patch of hair here. I'm noticing that the hair is shifting this way. I'm gonna open my clippers up and I'm gonna use the hilt of my blade, which is this ridged area of my teeth. Just to stay real precautious in the crown, I'm gonna rest this area on the head. Instead of my clipper being flat like this, I'm gonna rest it like this. And then I'm just gonna pass it slowly and just really feather and trim this thin area of his hair down without taking too much hair off. And voila, we got that hair down to one consistent length. Same thing here. As you guys can tell, I'm doing clean passes, but I'm going in, coming out, going in, coming out. And the reason that I'm doing that is because this hair is coarse. I want to make sure that I'm getting it all down to that one desired length. It is very important to the process. And as you guys can tell, his progress is crazy. He's been brushing his hair. His hair is laid. All right, so the front of the head here, I'm looking at the hair. I know it's a cowlick here. So use that hilt of the blade and slowly but surely float through this area without laying your clippers flat. Because it's a cowlick, that hair changes directions. And if you go into it the wrong angle, it's gonna look like you gave him a bald spot. So just stay consistent using the hilt of your blade and getting this hair down to that one desired length. As you guys can tell, voila. Same thing with the mustache here. I'm gonna go open with a 1 against the grain, just to bring the majority of this hair down to that one length. Same thing on both sides. Now I wanna focus on this side taper area. I'm gonna create a small, thin rainbow shape towards the bottom of the taper area here. Now I want to go in about 1/2 inch completely open, no guard. Giving myself some room to now start to create this fade. But I'm going to give you guys a quicker, easier technique because I cut his hair down with a 1 open. I know for a fact that I can go open against the grain and start to create some transition right above that first initial guideline. And as you guys can see, I'm close them here now. I'm really playing this pocket. And boom, as you guys can tell, I'm starting to get a fade without even really doing a lot of fade work. It's the acknowledgement of understanding my guard system, where I'm at in the fade, how dense the hairs are. That's clean. Now I can go right into it completely closed towards the bottom of the taper. I'm just using the edges of my teeth. As you see, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this like left and right. Left and right, just hitting some of the darker hairs. Open now. I see a darker hair here. Slowly but surely getting in this pocket to just fade this area out. Not doing too much, but giving myself that room, that consistency to get his client this desired look that he's looking for. Same thing here, slight darkness here, corner teeth, feeding them darker areas through the teeth, creating a level of consistency and a level of transition that's showing a gradient look in this taper area. I want to put my 1/16 guard on just to do some more cleanup work, so I'm gonna drop him halfway. And I'm gonna play in this pocket. And as you guys can tell, we got a nice clean taper area here. Real fast, real consistent, real quick. It's not hard, but it's all about developing your system. Now I'm completely open. I'm gonna go to a 1/16 guard. Halfway, fully closed. Now with the grain completely open, raking outward, so instead of going down, I'm going down and curving the clippers out when I get to the heavier hairs. Create a nice clean feathered effect, but creates a nice tapered effect as well, while not taking too much hair out from my client's beard or his facial area. And I can move on to the next step of the client's hair now. Same thing now, close. Now open, half of an inch. Brush the hair, make sure that the hair stay laid. Fourth notch, and just work my way from the top to the bottom. Third notch, top to the bottom. Second notch, top to the bottom. As you guys can see, we knocked out that bottom line that quick. Completely open, 1/16, half of an inch. Fourth notch, top to the bottom. It's just all about consistency, understanding your guard system. Third notch, top to the bottom. Second notch, top to the bottom. Closed. Now, one guard. Open. Half of an inch. I'm gonna go back to my 1/16 and play closed in this area. Repeat the same steps over here. Completely open now, slowly but surely. Huh? Maybe like 5 months, 5, 6 months. I probably cut them like 4 or 5 times in that time frame. All right, so I basically got the schematic of this haircut done. Tapers on both sides, hair down to this desired length. Now I want to go in and just use some holding spray to lay these hairs down to prep it for the lineup. So anytime you cutting coarse hair, you got to lay this hair down because it's coiled up. So the vibration from the clippers will push the hair back. So with that being said, you just want to lay it down and lock it in with a holding spray. Adding some fibers to this beard, give it a more dense look, but give it a heavy around the line look. Same thing here. So anybody that watch my YouTubes, been to any of my classes, things of that nature, y'all know I'm a frame out person. I like to frame my client all the way out before I decide to put in real heavy duty line work. That frame out work starts with the nape area and the back of the beard area. So let's get started. Hit my initial vertical bar area with just the straightaway part of the blade. And once I get to the tip of the ear, I'll convert to the corner of my clipper. Same thing here, back of the beard area. Always cleaning the ears, inner nose, outer nose, outer part of the ears, just to ensure that it's all clean all the way around. And now, flipping the ear down, rotating to the corner of the blade, working myself around that area. Clean straight away, and now same thing with the back of the beard area right here. I'm looking at it, my client literally has no weaknesses in this lineup, full dense lineup through and through. So I want to work with the things to help myself see this lineup a little bit better. As you guys don't know, if y'all haven't seen any of the previous videos, we'll start with reference points. I'm gonna start with my vertical here. As you guys can see, that's reference point A. And then now, doing the second reference point here. Staying consistent and not overly working. I can move to the front of the client's lineup. And now I have a reference point C, which is attached to the center point of the lineup. Creating this center point. So now, I have 2 reference points, well 3. I have A, B, and C. And because I have a vertical bar here, a line here, and another vertical bar here, now it's just this invisible space that's in between these two is what I connect. So I just continuously move this to the left, slowly but surely. One side is fully connected now. Now let's connect the other side and work all the way to my right side now. Slowly but surely. I can look at the C cups. This C cup, my left one, is naturally more dense than my right one. So I want to work with my weaker one because I know I'm going to have to dig into one of them to get it the same length as the other one. And as you guys can see, I put a reference point A here. This is my first initial. Reference point A, reference point B here. And now I go from B and drag it up into A. And just playing connect the dots allow me to make curves, straight lines, whatever they are. It just allows me to stay consistent, symmetrical through and through all the way through my haircut. And now I want to repeat the same step. I know that his vertical bar is here, it's there. It's about right there. So I'm gonna have to dig into this side of the lineup just to make it as even as the opposite side. Because you got some clients who don't mind it. This one specifically wants his lineup to be perfect on both sides. With that being said, with it being perfect on both sides, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging into this one just to ensure, as you guys can see, I cut about 1/4 of hair off just to really get it as consistent as I want. And voila, perfect C cut. I want to introduce you guys into the 3-level system, which is basically my 3-level enhancement technique system. With that being said, you need a couple products for that. In this case, I'm gonna be using our dark brown color no drip, and I'm gonna be assisting it with the Beam Team cordless compressor. These two will work hand in hand. These are my Shaq and Kobe's. This is what's gonna bring this natural clean haircut to like a real exotic enhanced, you know, high revenue haircut. So I'm gonna go in, add some color to my compressor. So my first step, I want to go in using a Tomb45 clutch card. This is basically going to keep me in my boundaries. The client's lineup is already clean now. I just want to go and add some additives to really take it to the next level. So because he's a darker tone, I can kind of layer this a tad heavier. We are able to get this thing a more enhanced, more richer look. And remember, this is the first step of my 3-leg. So I got 3 steps. My first step is my foundation. I'm laying foundation now. Foundation is the most important because without this, the lineup, it creates longevity for the lineup, but it also creates a consistency of when the color is gone, you'll still have a pretty nice lineup. And I'm directly spraying at the hair. Some of the color is hitting the card, but I'm not really trying to overspray here. I'm really trying to get in the hair. As you guys can tell, we're looking good. We're looking good. And now I want to go in with hair fibers to basically allow more. So as you guys seen, doing a natural lineup was my foundational part. Also assisting it with some of my first initial color, which was foundational. And now I'm in my application part where I'll just be applying extra things to really get the lineup crispy and to get it to pop. I'm gonna go behind and lock that in because fibers sit really on top of the hair opposed to staining anything. So you wanna lock them in with a formal hole and spray. Now I just wanna blow dry and get everything down correctly. Just laying the hair down. And now, reshaping the lineup. And as you guys can see, once reshaped, I'm gonna go back to the front, recenter myself, and repeat the same steps. So my next step now, I wanna go in with a Tomb45 precision pack pencil, one of the most important things to the 3rd level of the 3-leg. So I showed you guys foundation, showed you guys application with the color. Now it's time to execute the haircut and take it to that next level. We wanna go in using this pencil. And this is part application as well, but just basically the ending of application. When applying these pencils, you wanna add and make the thinnest lines possible to make them easier to blend. As you guys can see, thin lines that I know my trimmer can move. Lining already set in stone, it's already nice. We just want to add some pop and flood to it. It's all about your clipper work now. I'm gonna go to it, pull away from it, go to it, pull away from it. You just want to continuously pull away from it to create this contrast on the skin compared to the lineup to give it that sharper image look. Pull up to it, pull away, pull up to it, pull away. It's a consistency thing. As easy it is to move it with the clipper, you're gonna be able to move it even faster with a razor. So now I'm gonna go in and do some mustache work before we get to the beard. Staying close on top of the lip, not creating a hard separation, but a nice thin line so he isn't chewing on his mustache real close to the lip. Same thing with this client, he doesn't want a skinny mustache, but not a super thick one as well, just one with a prominent line and some consistency to it. And as you guys can see, this frame out work is amazing. And we got one final step, which is the most important. You lay your client back.
Hey man, Tomb45 airbrush cleaner to me is one of the best, if not the best airbrush cleaner in the industry because it's very simple. It's gonna clean it, it's gonna do a deep clean, it's gonna get rid of all the old clutter that may be in your gun. More importantly, it's gonna be protecting the metal. A lot of these airbrush cleaners are just destroying your gun from the inside out and you don't even know it. But with Tomb45, it won't do that, all right? Very easy to apply, simple nozzle that you put right here and literally have your thing spraying like brand new.
It's time to do some razor work now. Okay, so now I want to go in with a straight razor. This is where we bring the whole executed look together. I'm gonna start by stretching the client's skin, angling the razor at a 45-degree angle. and bringing everything to the highest point of the lineup. This client likes his beard wide, he likes the definition, but he also wants a razor sharp lineup. So gotta make sure that I'm able to accommodate him, but at the same time, be able to be and perform my best under the circumstances of what he wants specifically for his beard. Clearing this whole area out. Cause all of this is, some people think that it's dead skin, it's literally holding spray. It's just holding spray in color. So I go behind it, I dust this area off, and I redo it. Cause now that I have a rough draft, I can make a final now.
I don't know if I'll be able to do that.
And the objective of this is just to really tie everything in. All your razor work, I'm telling you, is all execution. It's what bring the whole thing together.
How big is your time slot?
I give myself about an hour just so I can have enough time to do everything. I used to be on the 30-minute schedule, but that's too much. But that's when it was all about just the money and me trying to make as much money as possible. Now it's about the actual quality of these haircuts and the content that I'm pushing out, because if I move fast, then I'll have more flaws. The slower I move, less flaws, because I'm actually able to detail efficiently. But a typical haircut and beard like this, about 45 to an hour. Just bringing everything back to the line, giving it that crispy effect. I'm basically having my client stretch his lips just so I can ensure I can get above the mustache without nicking his upper lip area. Staying consistent under the beard, keeping it as low as possible. My client doesn't want me to cut into none of this beard. He doesn't want a jawline beard. So I just line the beard up down here at its lowest point, not knocking too many hairs off, because this is where the hair bumps like to really come in at. They like to mess with the client, so take your time. I like to go in with some of my clients who got a lot of like hairy eyebrows. I'm not a guy to arch people's eyebrows, but just clean up the area like I told y'all. Always, the ears, the nose, the eyebrows. We're not here to arch, but I'm just here to clean up around the eyebrow. We don't want to add a woman effect to it, but we also want to get it as clean as possible. So as you guys can tell, oh, that's icy. As you look at this, you can see we got perfect 90 degree. You can see the Chicago C, the taper faded in, the beard wide as possible. The waves is laid. I just don't know what else I could do better in this haircut. I'm gonna give my client the mirror. I'm gonna let him check himself out so he can see what he looking like. He'll let you guys know what's going on. Yeah. Hey, anytime, my dog. But look, YouTube, that's exactly how you execute a clean wavers haircut, low ball taper, super precise lineup on a client that comes in, what was that, a month? A month since you had your last haircut, about a month. I showed you guys how to lay the waves down, the 3-level enhancement technique. Remember, at the end of the day, when it's beam, it's about precision, it's about foundation, application, and execution. Hopefully you guys learned a gem from me today, and this is the end result of my haircut.